He woke up, sensing something. A calamity was coming. Hail, Reckoners, and welcome back. Today's indie game is 400 Years. This is a very awesome, fairly short game about, like a Easter Island head who wants to stop the calamity. But to stop it, he only had 400 years. So the premise of this game is you are a future-seeing statue, and you know something bad's gonna happen, so you want to stop it. You got 400 years to do it. Fortunately, by virtue of being a statue, sometimes to overcome an obstacle, he just had to wait. So the only buttons you have are, I'm using WASD to move, for just A and D basically, and you have space to wait. That is all. This really, sometimes to overcome an obstacle, he had to climb a tree, which is impressive. I don't know how much these things weigh, but climbing a tree seems impressive. This story, or this premise, I guess, really reminds me of an old Terry Pratchett book, where one of the main characters is a golem, who has not like Smeagol, a golem, as in the old Jewish golems. A construct. And had to wait in the ocean. It's very boring. One time an anchor almost hit him. So we've picked up a chestnut, and we can plant a chestnut. And then we shall wait. This is a very zen game. Is that tall enough? The tree will grow with you on it, but it will not carry you with it. There we go. Nice. We've in the top left. Oh, yeah. Let me switch this around a little bit. Let's move you a little bit down here, and we'll move you over here. You stupid oaf! Get out of the way. There we go. Hey, that's better. That's what I get for not checking what I'm doing beforehand. This is not a cold LP. I did play this before, which is good. As he visited the village, he saw that people were hungry. It's good because these puzzles aren't impossibly hard. I mean, they're a decent level of difficulty, but because you can walk so slowly, it can take you a great deal of time to figure out how to, get around them. So they're hungry, and we need their assistance, so we're gonna take this wheat. And then we're going to take it to him. Important thing to note, all of the items that you can pick up in this game, you cannot travel through time with them. They do not last quite as well as you do. So, if you're holding an item, you can't wait, or else you'll lose it. I don't know what it says for grain, but I know for acorns, it says they dry up and blow away, that kind of thing. Even if you're underwater, I tried being underwater to see if it would still dry up, and it did, and that's bullcrap. Oh yeah, I guess you'll probably notice the people are terrified of me, see? I'm a scary golem. It's not very nice. I bring you food! Oops, I went a little too far that time. Let's take some more wheat, and plant some more wheat. Yeah, you guys like the wheat? You guys get all kind of wheat. Look at that. And now we're gonna wait a really long time. Because we want their civilization to advance. And they're still scared of me. That thing that's been in their village for several years has suddenly started moving, which would scare anybody, to be fair. Okay, we're gonna wait some more. Because basically, up ahead is something we cannot surpass. But we have given them the tools to build a bridge for us. I mean, we can get across this part, obviously. We did that before. There's another little lake after this one, which we need this bridge to get it past. Let's wait a little bit. Okay. Still got 346 years left. Plenty of time to stop that silly old calamity. Calamity is one of my favorite words, by the way. As like a, not an expletive, but like, if something unfortunate happens. Like, I drop a dish, I go, oh, calamity! I do it all the time, I swear. But yeah, that's the bridge, that's the thing you can't surpass, obviously. And we carry on our way. Is there something in... What is this part? Ah, yes, this is this part. So, this is quite a big lake, you may have observed. There's nothing over here. Basically, the goal is to drop right in the middle of the lake, which is about here. You can tell because it's the point where you can't see land anymore. I was close. I'm sinking. I'm sinking. And I am sunk. Here's an interesting grammar question for you. Let's say, if a roof, you say, that is a leaky roof if the roof has holes in it. Whether or not, if it's raining, then it becomes a leaking roof. And yet, like, I don't know. I'm reading a book right now, and he's talking about how the German word for morphine addict, this is really irrelevant, I'm not sure why I'm bringing it up. The German phrase for morphine addict, which I cannot recall, translates to morphine seeker, and the person commenting on it says he wishes it was morphine seeky, because they are somebody who constantly seeks morphine, or constantly, you know, kind of is on the lookout for morphine, but they're not actively reaching to obtain morphine. Like, you know, morphine could be near them, but they're not going to take it, you know, if there could be negative repercussions about it. It's an interesting thought. Okay, so this part, we have a fish net, which, it's a good thing there's no fisherman in that boat, because we would have scared the crap out of him. Can you imagine fishing and a giant stone man just crawl up your net at you? It's like a friggin' Doctor Who monster, practically. These people still panic. Whaley. And dummers. Got some of these delicious chestnuts. We could plant it there. I tried and had it grow full height, and it does not reach the top of that cliff, unfortunately. I like how they run with, like, when people run, I like how when it's animated in such a way... Oh crap, I made a mistake. In such a way as to have, like one leg in front, one leg in back, one leg down, like a weird, like a complete 180 of legs. We need to move time. We need him way over there. The chestnut dries and turns to dust. So we need a new chestnut. I wonder, I'm very curious about the origin stories for this statue guy. Like, who made him? Was he made? Perhaps he was birthed from Gaia herself. I don't know, and it's never revealed to us, unfortunately. Okay, so we need the boat over there. It travels throughout the seasons to fish different parts of the vast ocean, so it doesn't deplete any one part, clearly. It's so vast. And we're gonna plant the chestnut. Comme d'habitude. And we wait. What game was it that had a waiting mechanic similar to this? Oh, it's Fables, right? I haven't played any of the Fables franchise, but I remember when the first one came out watching a friend play it, and I believe it had a waiting system. I could be misremembering. It could be a different game I'm thinking of. He was getting close to his journey's end. We still have 275 years left. Record time. The first run through, I had 207 years left. So I'm gonna check out what's over here real quick, because I did not check out the far side last time. Maybe it's a bad ending. I'm very curious. Okay, it's a dead end. That's not surprising. That's good. There can only be one ending. This music right here, for some reason, it's by Kevin MacLeod, but it really reminds me of something that Terry Kavanagh came up with. It's gonna be sad. Just things like pathways or something. So we've descended to the volcano. We press E to block the lava. And we go to sleep and wait. So basically the statue sacrifices himself to save people. It's not very clear. I like to think he's just totally okay down there, taking a nice warm, like, it's like a jacuzzi for him. So winter, year 2013. Presumably we waited the remaining 275 years. And we saved a number of people after helping them spring into existence in the first place. So that was 400 years. I really like this game, mostly because it tells a really cool story. I don't know, sort of something that really appeals to me, I don't know why. The music was well chosen to match the kind of story it's telling, and the puzzles themselves were very neat. Having one-directional time travel is not something a lot of games do. The 400 years is a very generous amount of time to give you. It's very hard. It's very hard to screw that up. I'm actually curious what the end state looks like. If any of you try it, please let me know. You can play this game for yourself by following the link in the description below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I would not be able to bring this to you without the existence of microphones.